Hello everybody, this is Gregory with Permanent Weight Loss Made Easy, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and in your weight maintenance. Today we're going to talk about a quickie episode on Ozempic and some of the problems with it that are not necessarily related to the adverse effects of the particular drug. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. I've lost over 100 pounds and I've kept it off for 30 plus years, so I might be able to help you with that. As your spiritual guru, I guess you should say your dietary guru. So we have episodes here on Ozempic and some of the issues with Ozempic, and we know that Ozempic and Mounjaro, whatever is the brand name that they're coming out with Ozempic-esque or Ozempic similar drugs, they have problems, right? We see its connections to pancreatitis, which is then directly linked to pancreatic cancer, and we see its issues with some other organs. And it's a major problem. Not to say that everybody who takes it is going to have these problems, but read the inserts like you should with any drug. And ideally, we want to live in a life where we're not taking any prescription drugs. But one of the other problems with Ozempic and Ozempic-esque drugs is, yeah, more often than not, you will lose weight. But what's going to happen is you're going to lose fat and you're going to lose muscle. And losing muscle, especially when you get older, is a metabolic disaster. It's an absolute disaster. We don't want to be losing muscle as we get older. And I'm not necessarily saying, to look all roided up at the gym and all that, but we know that strength training, strength resistance, whether it be weights or using bands, are really important, especially as you age. But I'm talking about in general with muscle. So what happens is when you take Ozempic, you're going to lose fat and you're going to lose muscle, and then your body's going to be craving more protein because you are losing muscle. And so when you have more muscle in your body, among other things, you are speeding up your metabolism, which is a good thing. But when you're on Ozempic and you're losing the weight, you're also losing muscle mass. And so this is going to be pretty catastrophic for you. And we've talked about before how when you take Ozempic, you're pretty much losing weight as you take the injection. But as soon as you get off the injection, you're going to regain it, but you're not going to regain that muscle. So you've lost fat and you've lost good muscle, and then when you get off of it, now you have to rebuild that muscle. And having muscle mass in your body is really, really important. So this is something you really need to think about if you ever go to a doctor. And I totally understand why people who are morbidly overweight would want to take a magic pill, which is essentially, this is how this is going to be labeled, a magic pill. Because we are raised in the instant gratification culture. This generation was raised with the drug commercials being there all the time. When I was a kid, we didn't have drug commercials. When I was a kid, we still had cigarette ads in newspapers, but we didn't have drug commercials. Now we do. So a lot of people who maybe aren't into functional medicine, eat clean, whatever you want to call it, are kind of wired to be like, oh, I have a problem. First thing I need to do is take drugs to fix it. I'm like, no, guys, that you don't want to be taking prescription drugs. It should be the last resort. It should not be the first resort. So if you're morbidly overweight, I would tell you there's so many hacks out there, I said biohacks, that are out there that I didn't have in 1990 when I started losing my weight. Most famously being intermittent fasting, carnivore/keto diets, and then even bariatric surgery. I would recommend all these three things, and certainly the surgery being the last thing, because it does have complications, more than taking Ozempic. Because Ozempic, yes, you will get, quote, results, but it's going to come at a cost. In long term, it's not something that's efficacious. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.